In 2014, global warming, caused by human activities, leads to the creation of an artificial cooling substance to lower the Earth's temperature. However, this inadvertently triggers a new ice age. A scientist named Wilford builds a train powered by a perpetual engine to house the remaining humans. The train, which continuously travels around the globe, is divided by class, with the wealthy at the front and the poor at the tail. 17 years later, the guards bring food, in the form of protein blocks, to the poor people. Curtis, planning a rebellion, counts the train doors and seeks a security expert named Nam. When a guard requests a violinist, an elderly couple from the Boston Symphony Orchestra volunteers. The guard tries to separate them, leading to violence. Curtis later finds a message in a protein block, which he takes to Gilliam, an elder. They strategize for the uprising. Later, Wilford's assistant Claude measures the children and discovers Timmy hiding under his mother Tanya's skirt, causing a commotion. Guards capture Timmy and Andy, leading to a violent confrontation with their parents. Andrew, who throws a shoe at Claude, is punished by having his arm frozen and shattered. Minister Mason reprimands the passengers for their disorderly conduct, emphasizing the need for order on the train. In the aftermath, the lower-class passengers start constructing a tool for their planned rebellion. Curtis acquires chronol, a flammable industrial waste used by addicts. He theorizes that the guards' guns are out of bullets, a suspicion confirmed when a guard fails to shoot him. The group creates a distraction by protesting against the protein blocks, leading to chaos. They push a device, a large train of pipes on wheels, through the compartments, overpowering the guards due to their lack of ammunition. When a large guard tries to stop them, Gray kills him and takes his keys. The rebels reach the prison car and free Nam, a security expert and addict. Curtis offers Nam chronol in exchange for his help in opening the train doors. Nam smokes a cigarette, causing a stir as cigarettes have been unavailable for over a decade. After a scuffle over the cigarette, Nam agrees to help in return for chronol for each door. He opens a compartment to reveal his daughter Yona, also an addict. Nam starts working on the doors, and when one opens to reveal an empty compartment, the group is shocked to see the sunlight and the frozen world outside. As Nam works on the next door, Yona warns that someone is running just before it opens. The group encounters Paul, a former member now driven mad by his solitary job of making protein blocks from cockroaches. Curtis discovers a capsule with the word water, indicating the water supply location. Controlling it could give them negotiation leverage. Curtis learns from Yona, a train-borne passenger, about her life. As Nam opens the next door, Yona, seemingly clairvoyant, warns against it. Despite her warning, the door opens to reveal masked men wielding axes, who gut a fish as a threat. A violent battle ensues between the rebels and the masked men, with casualties on both sides. Curtis slips but is saved by Edgar. As the train crosses a bridge, everyone falls due to the shaking caused by ice banks on the bridge, except for Yona and Nam. Mason enters, scolds the rebels for their ingratitude, and announces that 74% of them will be killed. Curtis throws an axe at her, which is blocked. Mason's men put on special masks as they approach a tunnel. The car darkens as they enter the tunnel, but the guards can still see due to their special masks. The rebels, initially overpowered, regain control when Sean lights a torch, illuminating the dark car. Gray threatens an officer, but when Mason shows indifference, Gray kills him. Curtis attempts to capture Mason, but is torn when young Franco captures Edgar. Ultimately, Curtis chooses to capture Mason, leading to Edgar's death. Mason orders a ceasefire once captured. Young Franco tries to kill Curtis, but Yona intervenes, impaling Franco with a metal rod. After capturing old Franco, the group cleans up in a car with running water. Mason reveals that the children are taken to Wilford and that the train's water supply comes from the snow and ice it breaks through. Despite Curtis's initial intent to kill her, Mason convinces him to keep her alive for safe passage. That night, Curtis and Gilliam discuss their next steps. Given the high death toll, Curtis decides to proceed alone while Gilliam stays with the group. The next day, Curtis, Andrew, Tanya, Nam, Gray, and Yona, along with a handcuffed Mason, enter a greenhouse car where food for the upper class is grown. In a train journey, Yona experiences sushi for the first time. The train has an aquarium car where sushi is offered, but fish are only eaten twice a year to maintain ecological balance. Mason is stopped from eating sushi and is made to eat a protein block instead. The train also has a classroom where children are taught propaganda about their leader, Wilford, and the fatal consequences of the train stopping. They pass a spot where 7 people who tried to escape 15 years ago are now frozen statues. The journey continues with a man distributing New Year's warm eggs, which everyone, including the rebels, enjoy while listening to Gerald's violin. Curtis finds a capsule with the message blood and an egg. A shootout ensues when the cartman and the teacher pull out guns, resulting in Andrew's death. Curtis retaliates by killing Mason. As they progress through the train, they encounter high-class passengers availing various services. Franco and Curtis exchange fire, but neither lands a shot. They decide to move on after Nam spots a snowflake entering through a bullet hole. They hide in a sauna, but Franco and his guards find them. Franco kills a passenger and a guard, leading to a fight with Gray and Curtis. Franco manages to injure Curtis and kill Tanya and Gray. Despite Curtis' attempts to fight back, Franco overpowers and stabs him. Franco discovers Nam hiding in a stall, leading to a fight. Yona tries to kill Franco, but Nam stops her, allowing Curtis to stab Franco. Curtis then comforts a dying Tanya. The group moves through various cars, including a party car and a car filled with addicts. They reach Wilford's vault door, but Yona passes out from drinking. Nam asks for more Chronol, leading to a confrontation with Curtis, who shares his traumatic past about resorting to cannibalism in the early days on the train. Nam reveals that he's been collecting Chronol to create a bomb to escape the train, as he believes the outside ice is thawing. However, Claude shoots Nam, takes his bomb, and invites Curtis to meet Wilford. Wilford reveals that he and Gilliam orchestrated fake revolutions to control the population. To restore balance, Wilford orders the execution of all but 18 of the remaining poor passengers. Curtis realizes Gilliam's betrayal when he recognizes the logo next to Gilliam as a private phone. Meanwhile, Franco recovers from his injuries in the sauna. Nam and Yona wake up to fend off attacking partygoers. Wilford brings Curtis to the engine room, revealing his desire for Curtis to succeed him as leader. Yona manages to open the door, kill Claude, and retrieve the Chronol. Despite Curtis' initial resistance, Yona uncovers Timmy working in the engine due to a parts shortage. Curtis, enraged, attacks Wilford and stops the engine, allowing Timmy to escape. Nam kills Franco, Yona ignites the Chronol, and Curtis stops the engine again, leading to an explosion that derails the train. Timmy and Yona survive the wreckage and, observing a polar bear outside, realize they can survive the cold.